When they say grab it, snatch it, run with it, power is not served a la carte. Now you have the power, but you don't know what to do with it. So, guys, Tinubu and the APC governors had a closed door meeting today to talk on this issue of protest. Tinubu must go. Who knows the outcome? What else if not to send palliative? And at the end of the day, people will not even be able to get one bucket of rice. I mean, one custard bucket of rice will not be able to get to the people. So, guys, you can see their wrong strategies every time. They just keep wasting the little resources we have. So, Sowore has come out to respond to some critics who have come out to say that this protest is politically motivated. Who knows who they are pointing accusing finger to? This is as a result of the hunger in the land. We have leaders who are so insensitive, who do not even care for the people. Don't forget that most of these leaders, their children are not in Nigeria. Many of their family members are not in Nigeria. And for them who are in Nigeria, they have houses across the nation. They've bought everywhere in Abuja. They own everything. And they are leaving the masses to suffer. Have Nigerians not tried? Have Nigerians not tried for these politicians? Have we not had enough patience? Now that we've waited and they can't even turn their eyes of mercy to the people, is it not time for people to come and make their own demands and protest? Because protest is the only language that these Nigerian politicians listen to.
ET minister directly, former Governor Nyesom Wike, he said that this particular protest is politically motivated. Now, also, to bring you to your notice, the Information Minister has also come out to say that Mr. President has heard you. He knows what you're all worried about and all that you're facing. It's not that he has no idea, but he's calling for you guys to be calm and not protest. And just that they've rolled out policies and programs that are going to address all your problems. So don't go out and protest. But the bigger question is, what is at the core of this protest? Who are those who are leading these protests? As at yesterday, I was excited when I heard that Bayo Onanuga had been served, I think, a lawsuit from Peter Obi, whose name actually has been, in the news for obvious reasons. They're saying that, in fact, Bayo Onanuga accused Mr. Obi of, I think the word was inciting Nigerians against President Tinubu. Well, he's been served a court suit, so let's see how that goes. But joining me this afternoon to have this conversation about this protest, they've given it all kinds of names. Some people say they're coming out on the 4th. Some people say on the 1st. Some people say on the 10th. It looks like it's going to be, this protest is going to take different shades. But my guest is here to tell us why he is very interested in this protest, why he seems to be, very, very certain that this protest will happen, because there are those who are saying this protest will never happen. It's one of those things that we always call for and no one comes out for. Sowore is joining me live via Zoom on the show this afternoon. Mr. Sowore, thank you so much for joining us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yes, interestingly, everyone wants to know what is at the core of this protest. Everyone is saying, are you sure that this process is going to really work? Because Nigerians, yes, maybe are hungry, but what's the percentage of the people who are willing to put their lives on the line? Let's start from there.
Well, I think there's no point trying to guess what will happen at this protest. What we know is that there is a massive interest and desire by Nigerians to just revolt against their socio-political conditions. Whether it will happen or not is not something I'm going to discuss with you here, but I can tell you that it has started happening already. The protest has been commenced by those who don't want protest. So,
how do you mean? How do you mean? How do you mean?
Well, yes, so some people who are around saying they don't want, started moving around. So, and there are some people in Abuja too who have been going out there saying they don't want protest. So that's the first stage of the protest. Those who don't want the protest, is setting the stage for the massive protest itself. But the protest itself is going to happen. I can guarantee you that. It's just it's there's no going back on this one, and I'm glad to announce to you that the level of interest is huge. It's fantastically huge, and it will happen. This is not the kind of protest where there is an isolated complaint. This one is an issue that is affecting everybody, and it's nationwide. And I'm not seeing in a long time a nationwide interest in protest that is devoid of religious, ethnic, or other primordial instincts in Nigeria that I've seen in this one. So, but you can tell from the temperature of those in government that they know from even their own intelligence reports that they know something is coming, and that's just great news.
I'm more curious as to why you have termed this protest Days of Rage. Because, of course, if there be anything that's been recurring in all of the speeches that we've heard and all of the concerns that have been put out by government officials, including the police IG, is that if people are or must protest, they must do it devoid of violence, rancor, do it peacefully. But when you call it Days of Rage, doesn't that raise an eyebrow of sorts?
Or maybe you were hearing it for the first time when we did our Revolution Now Revolt in 2019. It was referred to as Days of Rage, if you remember. So when Kenyans went to town to fight their government, they took that from us. They declared their own Days of Rage as well. In 2019, we introduced Revolution Now. Kenyans added never to it. So their own is Revolution Now or never. So what you're saying in Kenya is nothing new. They copied some part of it from us. So, and I cannot lie to you that a lot of people are motivated by what they're saying in Kenya, now in Uganda, in saying that it's time for us to have it happen here in Nigeria. But what you must not forget is that the last time a protest of this nature happened was 2019. And every year since 2019, we've always on August 5, the Revolution Now has always done a protest to remind Nigerians that we're still on course. We're still on a revolutionary course. So we are the only group in Nigeria that you will always find every August. But we're glad that more people across Nigeria have now decided that it is time for all of us to work together and put an end to a system of oppression in place, the one that has politicized hunger, unemployment, starvation, and insecurity and corruption at once. And I hope that this will be the cause of this unity until the D-Day and subsequently after.
I want to ask you again, because this is a question that I asked at the beginning. How certain are you that Nigerians are ready, that Nigerians are hungry enough to hit the streets, to have this protest? And who's to say that this protest does not have any form of political colorations to it?
I don't know why people want to keep denying that the reason why people are protesting today is because of the wrong political decisions we have made. Even the people in power today, the APC, they took a template from what is known as protest to power. In 2012, after occupying Nigeria, that was when APC actually came to power, because they took advantage of anger against the PDP regime at that time, entrenched themselves, in the protest movement, and became, a few years later, the ruling party in the country. Everything in Nigeria is political. So why are you trying to deny that it won't be political? Hunger is political. The kind of hunger we are facing, the poverty that is facing Nigeria is political. The insecurity is political. I mean, the unemployment in the country is political. The corruption in the country is political. So why is anybody denying that, there's a political survival of the Nigerian state that is causing the Nigerian citizens to come to the barricades? So why is anybody afraid to say that it is political? The people we are fighting, the political leaders, everything is politics, and politics is local.
There are those who think that you are a troublemaker and you are one who's always calling for these kinds of protests. And I mean, let's even go to a tweet that one of the presidential aides put up about those who are protesting against the president, and that they will be also met with opposition of sorts, meaning that they will also put up their own protest, but it will be in solidarity with Mr. President. If we were to read between the lines, would this be a deterrence of sorts for you? Because this might mean that there are people who would try to sabotage it. And the last time we saw people infiltrate a protest of this magnitude, you know how it ended.
Well, I want to answer the first question you asked me. As you say, I seem to be a troublemaker. Yes, because I live in a troubled country, and I'm troubled by all the issues affecting Nigeria. So I make a good trouble on a regular. I don't deny it. I've been arrested, asked the same question, by police, by DSS. Anybody that's had contact with me on the other side know this very well. It's very well that I'm trouble, but it's not trouble. I make a good problem. That's why I'm fully against the governance campaign. This is nothing. Even here had the support. The history since came to local space in the 80s. Time comes as well. We were the military. We had those with them. We were against the bad. Now, everything is fun. Do it before the majority, which is already a full lesson. That you can't not be afraid. Also, off ahead. All you are going to there's no it's the property of the people who pay. And those who controversial, they say no man. No, it belongs to the people who are buying Lagos. Every family, every hamlet, representing Lagos. So you can say that can do for you. You will say that because it's not communist Lagos. Lagos. It's just one in a prayer. They won't be from here. I don't think it's from Lagos. It's from Lagos. So everybody listen to him or you on the somehow, or you can buy. So do not sit down there and say, "Oh, one person is not election, the other always for taxes." When you come to us, you go to us, "Oh, we're election." So don't buy sharing on also the side. Remember, pay this out your money. This is cash out for the young. I saw some students yesterday registration from a protest. How are you from a protest? You didn't call. You're not part of the plan. Went to meeting.
So the question is, because on the one hand, they're saying
please. Are you there?
Yes.
Hunger, unemployment, insecurity, corruption. Are you getting me? Election rigging. Those are the planners. Those are the leaders of this protest. The instigators are the people in government. They are the ones instigating Nigerians to riot. They are the ones who, through the economic policies, floating of naira, removal of fuel subsidy, the destruction of the educational system through taxing of students, which they call school fees, the terrible situation that they have left in Nigerian educational health system, the destruction of agricultural systems to the point that we no longer have food security. Those are so if you can mention a minister who's involved in fuel scarcity, that's an instigator. The one that gives you darkness in place of light, that's an instigator. The one that rigs election is an instigator. So we know all of them, and we've listed them. But the organizers are these five entities that I mentioned to you.
All right. I want to look at some of your non-negotiable demands, because I took this off of your social media, and you're saying your number one non-negotiable demand is to scrap the 1999 Constitution and replace it with a people-made constitution for the Federal Republic of Nigeria through a sovereign national conference, immediately followed by a national referendum. You've also talked about tossing the Senate arm of the Nigerian legislative system to keep the House of Representatives and make lawmaking a part-time endeavor. You've also said they need to pay Nigerian workers a minimum wage of nothing less than 250,000 monthly, but that deal has been done already. They said they've already passed the bill.
The one they did is 70,000, which was less than the minimum wage.
Yeah, but the Senate has also already passed it into law. That the minimum wage, they've passed it into law as of yesterday.
No, that's why we said they should. That's why we said they should scrap the Senate. They don't know what they're doing. We need a unicameral legislative system that don't waste Nigeria's money. Did you see what they just did yesterday as well? They're going to extend the tenure of a police officer that's retiring in September for another 4 years. How do you then allow the ones that are subordinate to them to go through the ranks. There's a reason why they said when you reach the you retire, spend 35 years in the police, because they know that people get tired, administratively when they reach the age of 60. Now you're going to retain them because the IG is a former bodyguard to the president or his ADC. That's not how to run a country. And that could only happen in a Senate. That's why, apart from asking to scrap the Senate, we also did say that we should have only part-time lawmaking, so that people don't see lawmaking as a career where they can just go sit down every day, do whatever nonsense they want, and accept the people to pay them huge salary. These lawmakers, by the way, are earning jumbo salaries, maximum wage. An average lawmaker in Nigeria takes home 14 million naira. And the workers are going to take, the three people who do work, who don't have a chance to go on vacation, take 70,000. So the lawmakers in Nigeria, as we speak, are going on vacation on September 2024. The workers who are taking 70,000 naira a month are only entitled to 1 month leave. But the ones that are taking 15 million are entitled to a leave of more than 2 months. What kind of country is that? What sort of country is that? And these are the same guys who are also being paid, by the way. Some of them are former governors who are also collecting pension from their former state. They are double dipping. You see why our demands, this non-negotiable demands, are a shopping list for a revolution. If these things happen, and I hope our people will stick to their promise not to leave the barricades until we get all these demands met, you have a brand new day in Nigeria.
I'm going to take a break. When I come back, I want to talk about the police, because you're talking about barricades. And I'm going to talk about something that I have had a conversation about for the past 2 days, which is the issue of our staying power. Us being able to, continue to push as we see in other places. But we'll take a quick break. If you're just joining us, the program is Hard Fact. And we're talking about the protests, the planned protest for August 1 to August 10. Sowore is joining us via Zoom. And he's talking to us about non-negotiables. If you're watching us, we're live on YouTube and on Facebook. We have a photo of the non-negotiables that have been put up. You could take a look at them and tell us what you think. And of course, when we come back, let's talk about our staying power, if we can really persevere through this protest. And who will this protest benefit at the end of the day? If you were to come out, will it benefit you? Is the government willing to do as you ask? Or, as Mr. President has said, maybe he's already putting things in place. The FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has said it's impossible. This particular protest is politically motivated. He doesn't think that this... Well, I mean, again, there are questions that many people will ask. Do you not think that Nigerians are tired of the situation of things? Or maybe, yes, Nigerians are tired, but then the wrong people are spearheading this. And again, I'm saying, when I say wrong people, obviously, they'd say people who do not like the government, people who have a vendetta against the government, people who lost to, the present administration. These are the people who are inciting the public against Nigerians. And of course, the Inspector General of Police has said, you're allowed to protest, but please make sure that it is peaceful. Now, I got an audio off your social media yesterday from a soldier, reportedly a soldier, who was talking about, the protests. He was saying that the guns are not necessarily for the protesters. He was saying that people should come out and, do what they need to do, that they will be protected, that he's waiting to see, the policeman or the soldier that's going to shoot at protester who's peacefully protesting. But I'm going to ask you the question that I asked yesterday on air after I play this audio again for the benefit of those who are just watching and listening to us. Yes, people might want to come out and protest peacefully. What's the guarantee that it will not be hijacked? Mr. Sowore, just hold on. Let me take Nigerians to that audio from that soldier from yesterday.
Says, but it is not violent. It should be a peaceful protest. Please. The security men that are coming out is because anyway there are gatherings like that, they have to be security agencies. You understand me? It is not for this thing. The arms they are carrying is not to kill. The arms they are carrying the protesters. You understand? Please and please, I'm begging you. I know you have the right to say yes, this, but please, I'm begging you. Even all of us, we don't tire. All of us, we are tired, man. We are tired. See, in this country now, civilians are the ones that has the mouth. If you don't know, you civilians now you people will have the right to tell the government what you want, but we in the military, we cannot do that. We cannot do that. You understand me? So please forward this message as fast as possible to any group. Let them read it. Anybody that is coming out to protest should come out peacefully to protest. Let me see that. See, you not even know the plans where we get from. Let us see that military man that will fire anybody where know they attack, where they protest against bad government. Yeah, he go tell us whether where him from, whether in.
Honestly, this country must be fixed. Nigeria is a great country, made up of great people, filled with great natural resources. We have everything we need to be comfortable. But because we've been led by political talks, people who do not care about you and I, they are just there for their families. So they want to siphon and keep for generations unborn. That is just the only big challenge we have. I came across a headline where it was stated that Peter Obi rejected oil block in Nigeria. But this is what every politician is praying for, that they will own oil block and then their generational wealth to continue to progress. But you can see that was what Peter Obi rejected. And that's why I tell people that comparing Peter Obi with the Nigerian politicians is like comparing light and darkness. So guys, honestly, this country has to be fixed and we must be determined to take this country by force, because we can't allow these old people who know that they don't have a longer time to spend on the planet Earth and they've already positioned their children in juicy positions. They've siphoned enough of the Nigerian people's money and they don't still want to let go of power. They want to grab power, snatch it, run with it, even when they don't know what to do with it. So guys, that is it for you. I don't know what you make of this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.